Hi, this is T with T Quilts, and I'm here today to talk about the long arm machine that I purchased. I actually purchased a Gammill Vision 2.0, and I purchased that after many months of deciding and checking out other brands of machines, and also checking out the service that was available in my area. So I have a dealer that's within 45 minutes of my home, so I decided that that was very important to me, was to have service with my machine. And I actually have gone into the shop a few times and met with the people, and I really like the group that I'm working with. And other things to consider was that they actually brought the machine to my home. They installed the machine. They gave me on-site training, and I also got phone numbers of the person who installed the machine. I got phone numbers to various repair people inside of the company in this local store, as well as a store that's their headquarters is based in Springfield, but we have a local store here. So I got numbers both locally as well as in Springfield. So I feel I have gotten provided with very good service, and so I was really happy with my Gammill purchase. So now I'm going to talk about why did I pick the Gammill over any of the other sewing machines. When I was looking into pricing versus value for my money and the things that I would get for my money, I found that some companies, although they were wanting to charge $13,000-$14,000 for a machine, they weren't actually giving me the same sort of product that I was getting from the Gammill line. I feel that the Gammill line has quality rails. They're made of steel. Things are welded. The add-ons that I purchased are also very well made. The add-ons that came with the machine in my packages that I'm going to talk about in a minute are very well made. So I went on quality versus the amount of money, but ironically, I ended up saving $500 on the actual price of my machine over what the regular competition would charge at regular rate. Gammill does not give discounts on their machines. Their machines are never put on sale, so that way their dealers are not competing for sales. But what they will do is they will give you package incentive. And so when I came in, Gammill was running a Vision 2.0 package valued at $1,250. And what was basically included in that, according to their description, but it was a lot more included, I'll talk about later. I'm going to be referring to my notes just so that I don't forget anything as we go along. But included with that purchase, I received a free business package, startup kit, optional light, batting thread, needles, and more. And I'm going to go through some of those things in just a minute. So we're going to actually go around to the front of my machine. So I'm going to be a little jerky here as we walk around. So this is the Gammill Vision 2.0. I've kind of got the windows open for good light, but it may be too much light right now. And the optional things that also came with this was this underhead light here, and it's a white light as well as a black light. So that was optional and included. They also have included another light here in the front, right here. That's actually a white light as well as a black light. So this is a new feature that was added onto the Gammill in recent, maybe the last year or so. I'm not sure exactly when, but it's new, and it's an add-on feature now. But this light here is an optional light. Another thing that I got in the package was the micro stippling handles that I have tilted up. And that comes down when I'm actually micro stippling and want to have more control of the machine. That was another option. In addition to that, they also gave me thread snips. And I just have them hanging on my laser beam, my front laser beam holder, because it's not on the front yet. what I really like about the Gammill is that now they're operated by tablets, and so I actually got a Samsung 4.0 tablet that's brand new. The company had already opened the software and installed the Vision software to make it run, and it's got some pretty cool features in the software for left-handed people, because we can now change our handle buttons and make them whatever feature we want them to be. So I really like that. I actually purchased as an option the zippered leaders, and normally you would buy zipper leaders if you want to take one quilt off and work on another quilt, and that's not why I necessarily purchased it. I purchased it because sometimes your leaders start to wear and tear, and they mostly wear and tear on the edges. And so when I have a leader go bad, I'm hoping that I can save the top part of the leader and just buy the new zip-ons. And in addition to the leaders that are on here, I do have a whole nother set of zip-ons that came with the purchase of the leaders. Another thing that I purchased with the system is the lights, because my room did not have any center lights in the ceiling. So I purchased the optional light kit. It also came with the Pinto drive handles, and then it has 2 thread spools, one on each side of the machine. So I have 2 thread spools, and I really like the way the thread spools are made. The other thing about the Gammill is that it has 7 oiling points, and I didn't think that was too bad. The only thing that I think was really throwing me off a little bit is that you have to oil the bobbin race every time you change a bobbin, and that makes me a little nervous about oiling, but I just make sure that I clean it pretty good beforehand. I also got the optional caster wheels. I did not order them initially, and when the service guy got here, he actually had equipment on his truck, and so I was very glad that I got that, because my room is not very wide, and so I'm able to scoot the machine in and out, and just a little space makes a big difference when I'm working over here in my office area. So now I'm back, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that actually came with my Vision, and I just have the information that's personal for me covered up on the folder. But the first thing you got is a folder with your actual purchase receipts are over here, and then they have a delivery checklist. I have a warranty card that gave oiling instructions, and then the standalone bobbin winder, which I'll talk about. Those are instructions for that. And just congratulating me on my new Gammill, and then also giving me the call list for troubleshooting. And then I got a list of the things that are not part of the warranty. And I'll just show you the box. But the one thing that I really love about Gammill is that when they drop the machine off, they know that these are normal wear and tear parts, and they gave me a lot of these parts as a backup. So I got extra of some of these things already, so that if I have any problems, I'm not at home stuck because my tension spring broke. I can actually replace that and then keep working and get the other one fixed. And I really like that feature, that service from Gammill. In addition to that, I got the Vision 2.0 Quick Start Guide. I have read the Vision 2.0 User's Manual. And then they also give you new system specifications and diagram booklet. And it has all of the parts numbers listed. So if it's something that you can take off and put back on, you can just go to the machine, tell them what you need. They got detailed pictures, they got them numbered, and then you can go back to the part and order just that part or go pick up that part. In addition to that, they also included The Ultimate Guide to Longarm Machine Quilting by Linda V. Taylor. And this is an excellent book. If you don't have this book, she goes over everything from telling you what the different parts are, machine maintenance, quick step guides, show you how to load a quilt on, how to do pantos, how to do free motion. I'm in the middle of that book. I haven't finished reading it, but it's a great book. And then again, I got the Samsung tablet and I got all the instruction manuals. I need to just send in my warranty for that. The warranty for the machine, the service guy took care of that one. And then in addition, I got the Machine Quilters Business Manager version 4.3 from Eureka Documentation System. This is just documentation for my optional light bar that I talked about on the underside of the machine head. This is my light bar assembly instructions that's over the top of the machine. And I just want to show you some paperwork that I got, because when I got my machine, I wanted to go in and buy when it was on a special, and I asked the lady in the store to call me when they had a special. So they have a regular vision package that they give, and then they also have another vision package that I got in addition to some other things. So I got quite a few things here. And then on Gammill's website, you can also go on there and see what all the different options is for the type of machine that you purchase. And so I did that. And with my order came thread. And in this packet, I got two little, they're starter rolls of thread. So in addition to getting the two starter spools of thread, I also got 23 additional spools of thread. Some of them are signature and some of them are Permacore by A&E. So I was really happy with the thread purchase. Although I had thread from using my friends, it just makes it so I don't have to buy certain colors or buy for a while. And I only have some of the bobbins in here, but it came with 15 or 16 bobbins for the actual Gammill machine, which are size M. I got numerous packages of needles in various sizes. I got 3.0s, 3.5s, 4.0, and 5s. And they gave me numerous packages of all the various sizes. So I think Gammill is really serious about changing your needles. In addition to that, I also got this oil that came with the machine for oiling, and because you have to oil so much, I think they're trying to reiterate how important it is to oil your machine, because it's not going to be under warranty if it's not oiled. And in addition to that, they gave me this big bottle of oil. So I would say that Gammill is very serious about oiling your machines and getting you started right, so you can't have no excuse for not oiling your machine. I have I don't know if you can see it in the side of the bowl, but I have the Gammill engraved metal pin cushion, as they call it. And then they also provided these corsage pins, a whole pack. And I think I might need one more pack if I'm going to use these. I used to use flower head pins, but I do like how strong the ends are, and then they are a little bit easier to pull out. Although flower head pins have been fine, I felt like I got stuck more with flower head pins than I did with these pins. I got this ruler applique helper, and it's made by Linda V. Taylor, And this actually slides into the hopping foot, and then you can use it to go either do straight lines on this side, or you can hook it in and go into a curve, and you can use it to go around applique as you're quilting. And that's something that I want to learn. I haven't done that before. It also came with, it listed as 5 pantos because some pantos actually have up to 3 things on them. So I ended up with, I think, 10 pantos, but then I also have some borders, corners, and block pantos as well that was on some of those. So I got a good variety of pantos. Most of them were by Linda V. Electric Quilters. You can go to the site and buy a whole lot of those. And then also I got 2 from Simple Quilting Stitches, which is also an online company. So I just pulled out those 2. Didn't want to unpack everything. The big item that I got is this standalone bobbin winder, and I really like that because sometimes it's okay when you want to wind on your machine as you quilt, but you got to start with a bobbin somewhere, so it's nice and sturdy, it's solid, it's not gonna move. In the box I got various different tools to work with my machine. So I got a package of hex wrenches. I also got a bigger one that goes to one of the parts on the machine. I can't remember right now, he did tell me. And then I've got 2 flathead screwdrivers. Then I have another, this hex screw here goes with my micro handles. And these are the replacement screws. If I take my micro handles off, these screws go back into the machine. So I just kept those in a baggie by themselves. These are some extra parts that I was talking about that Gammill supplied. So they gave plenty of extra parts. These are some washers. These are extra thread guides, so if you get a burr, I can replace and keep going. And then I've even got additional anti-backlash springs and a tension spring. And in addition to the tension spring, they also gave me a whole new tension dial. So if I don't want to sit around and try to figure out how to put this tension spring in, I just pop the one off the machine, pop this one in. These are the legs that were on my machine, but I bought the casters, so I have these in case I want to switch it off if I change my floor types. I have a fuse that goes for my motor, and I also have an additional bobbin case. So that's all the things that actually came with my machine. And when the service guy was here, he actually did some quilting with me. He brought this fabric, this little quilt that just has a piece of fabric on the back, piece of batting, and then this quilt top. And we actually did some quilting on here. He had me start showing him what I could do, and then he went from there and did additional training. So this is where I started stitching to show him what I could do. And then from there, he kind of figured out what he could teach me. So I was really happy with the maintenance guy. He was also a long arm machine quilter. He has a quilt in the AQS museum. He does quilting for some local people in my area. So he was very well versed in the machine. He actually got me to do some feathers. I'm going to stop right now, and then I'm going to come back and do a haul of the things that I've already purchased for my Gammill, in addition to the things that you've already seen. And maybe also in that video I'll show you the 2 quilts that I've already done.